Welcome to She's World. My name is Sheila, but you can call me She. Disclaimer, I am not an immigration attorney. The information I provide here are basically information that is public knowledge and information that I gathered from my own personal experience going through the immigration process here in America up until becoming a U.S. citizen. So everything I share here is for free. Do not take this as a legal advice. Awesome. So I'm going to get into part 2 of some of the interview questions that you may be asked when you get to the immigration interview. You've made it this far, you have your interview. Please take your time to learn, understand, and go through this process so that this journey will be a smooth one for you. Once again, welcome to She's World. Alright, let's get into the questions that you may be asked.
What schools do your children attend? If they are working, what is the career of your children? What is the career of your children? And so if either of you had kids before marriage, you still need to be very, very privy to this information. What is the date of birth of the stepchildren? What is the school that stepchildren attend? If they have shared custody, who picks up the children? Who gets the children? At which days do the either exes come get the children? Have you met the ex? Have you met the ex? So this is going to really dive deeper into your personal life, because once you apply to USCIS, you have delivered your personal life on a silver platter, and they're going to pick and choose and pick. It's almost like a buffet. They're picking and choosing which one they want to eat. So think about that in the process. And I'm going to add a couple of questions, and I'll try to break this up. That way we kind of have it in sections and it makes the process easier for you. All right? Awesome. Too easy. Next question. Who gets up first in the morning? Who gets up first in the morning? What did you do for your last birthdays? And so for each of the spouses, what did you do? Did you guys go out to eat? What was the restaurant you guys went out to eat? On a day-to-day basis, people don't remember this. I really don't remember even what I did last year for my birthday. But again, you're going for the interview, so remember, your life is on a silver platter and is a buffet, and USCIS is going to pick and choose what they want to eat. Remember that throughout this process. Okay. Where does your spouse work, or what work does your spouse do? So if both of you work, both of you need to know which work each other does. What is your spouse's work schedule? What is your spouse's work schedule? And so both of you need to know what schedules each of you work, whether it's day shift, whether it's night shift. You have to be privy to that information. Okay, awesome. What is your spouse's profession? What is your spouse's profession? Okay, awesome. And then, how does your spouse get to work? How does your spouse get to work? It's very important to know the mode of transportation. Do you guys have your own vehicle? Does he take a bus? Is it the same bus number that he takes? Does he take a subway? Is it the same subway he takes? You have to be privy to this information. What time does your spouse leave the house? And so if they're working morning shift, what time do they leave? What time do they return? Okay, awesome. Let's go to, what kind of car do you drive? So if you mentioned, you answered that, we use our own private cars. What type, make, model, color of vehicle do you drive? I am bad at vehicles, I really am. But in cases like this, you have to understand and learn your vehicle and understand what make, color, model that you drive. It's very important. Awesome. On to the next question. Okay. If you have kids, and I talked about this before, if you have kids, what are their names? What are their date of birth? Which hospital were they born at? What was the name of your pediatrician? Or what is the name of their pediatrician? What is the name of the gynecologist that took care of you during your pregnancy? I told you, it's on the silver platter. They're picking. If either of you are divorced, what does either of you pay child support? If either of you pay child support, how much is the child support? How often or what date is the child support money taken out? You have to remember these things. If you don't know, sit your spouse down and make sure they're teaching you, because you have to remember these things. Okay, perfect. You also have to remember, what was the reason for the divorce? So if both of you are divorced or either spouse is divorced, what was the reason for the divorce? When did this divorce happen? When does this divorce happen? So don't talk about some I don't care, it's not none of my business. It became your business when you got married, and it became your business when you decided to apply to USCIS and get a green card. Too easy. Okay, awesome. Do you have joint account? Do you have joint account? Which bank do both of you bank with? Which bank is your joint account at? You have to know the names of these banks. Awesome. How does your spouse get paid? How does your spouse get paid? Do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? Okay. How much does your spouse make hourly? So if it's an hourly compensation, you should know how much hourly compensation your spouse gets. Okay. If it's a salary compensation, then you should know how much salary your spouse gets. And so what is your spouse annual income? What is your spouse annual income? Awesome. How much is your rent? How much is your rent? Who pays for rent? Who pays for rent? So these questions are not the same. How much is your rent is the amount that you're supposed to pay for your rent. Who pays for rent is who signs the check. So maybe one of you does a money order to pay for it. One of you, if it's a mortgage, who is responsible for making sure? Is it an auto set that you guys have going on for you that pays, or every month somebody goes into the system to go get the mortgage page? However it is, you have to know this information. If you're renting, do you pay to the super, or do you have to write a check or mail it? However that process works, you have to know, and you have to be able to deliver when you're asked those questions. Awesome. If you're renting, who is your landlord? Who is your landlord? If you have mortgage, which bank is your mortgage account with? Which bank is your mortgage account with? Awesome. What is the name of your electricity company or your utility company? What is the name of your utility company? What cell phone company do you use? What cell phone company do you use? What is your spouse's phone number? What is your spouse's phone number? Remember these. Some of us are bad at remembering numbers, but this is not the time and place for bad memory and this and that and the third. Make sure you have your A game on. Let immigration know you're ready, and this means a lot to you. Okay? All right, awesome. How many siblings does your spouse have? How many siblings does your spouse have? What are their names? What are their names? I tell you, it's on a silver platter. Have you met your spouse's parents? Have each of you met your spouse's parent? When last did you meet them? When last did you meet them? Okay, awesome. All right. Do you file taxes together? Do you file taxes together? Who prepares the taxes? Do you guys do it yourself, or you have a particular tax person you send it to? So we've always had a particular person we send our taxes to. So if this is something that you're involved with, you will know. So please do not stay out of things that say, oh, the finances is just my husband, I don't need to do, or my wife handles everything finances, I don't need to know. Please learn these things and get yourself acclimated with what these questions are, what the flow is, so you can be very, very comfortable to answer them. Who takes the kids to school if the kids are in school? Do you drive them or they take a bus? What are your kids' activities? what are your kids' activities? Are they in volleyball? Are they in basketball if they're grown? So just depending on the ages of your kids is how these questions are going to be addressed to you. I will continuously do videos to discuss some of the questions. The questions are endless, and so if any of you have been through the process and there is a question that you were asked that was not in my comment and that is not in my video, please put it in the comment section so we can all help everybody throughout this journey. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support that I'm getting from everyone. I do wish you all the best in your interview journey, in your immigration journey. You've got this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.